What's up, guys? Alexis Downie here with Icebreakers. I'm so excited because it's officially game week in the NHL. The puck will drop on the new season on Tuesday night. However, before we get there, I still have two more divisions to bring you previews of, those being the Central and Pacific. But first, I would like to extend my well wishes to Carey Price and his family as he steps away from the game for a little bit. I hope that he is okay. Here's a look at the Central Division. These are the teams that are involved. So let's start with the Colorado Avalanche, who are the favorites to win the Cup and definitely a playoff lock. They have guys up front like Nathan MacKinnon, Gabriel Landeskog, and Mikko Rantanen, who you know can put pucks in the net. And they also signed Cale Makar to a 6-year deal in the offseason. The biggest question for them is really just going to be goaltending in Darcy Kuemper. The Chicago Blackhawks had a strong offseason in acquiring Marc-Andre Fleury and Seth Jones, and they're getting back their captain Jonathan Toews this season. But will there be enough chemistry between the new and the old? The Minnesota Wild finished third in the West last year and had a great season. They were able to sign their star Kirill Kaprizov to a big 5-year contract in this offseason. And really the sky is the limit for his creative offensive skill set. I'm expecting big things from the Wild this season. The Dallas Stars went from the Stanley Cup final to missing the playoffs last year. And right now they have an abundance of goalies, 4 goalies. After they signed Braden Holtby in the offseason, they really need to figure that out. Injuries is what hurt them last year, but the return of Tyler Seguin and Alex Radulov should help them this season. For the Winnipeg Jets, it's going to be about consistency this season. They did improve their defense with the additions of Brendan Dillon and Nate Schmidt. The St. Louis Blues are really a question mark to me. I'm not super excited about them this season. They still do have Vladimir Tarasenko, who did request a trade back in the summer. And at the bottom will be the Nashville Predators and Arizona Coyotes. The Preds are really trending in a new build direction. They lost Ryan Ellis, but they still have a great goaltender in UC Saros. And for the Coyotes, well, they've only made the playoffs once in the past 9 seasons. Here's a look at the teams in the Pacific Division, and of course we have to start with the Seattle Kraken because it's hard not to be excited with all of the anticipation for this team ahead of the season. But my question is, where is the scoring going to come from? They have a solid defense with a mix of veterans and young players, but I do think that they're going to be a playoff team. The Vegas Golden Knights are the best team in the Pacific, and they've proven that over the last couple seasons. So what's it going to take for them to win a cup? They lost Fleury, but they still have a #1 goaltender in Robin Lehner, and they have a strong blue line. I'm interested to see them this season. The Edmonton Oilers have their stars in Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, and they did add some forward depth, but in goaltending, they need to be healthy and consistent there. For the other 2 Canadian teams, the Vancouver Canucks were able to sign their 2 young talents in Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes in the offseason to contracts. Now defense needs to be an emphasis for that team. The Calgary Flames, on the other hand, are in their 2nd season with head coach Daryl Sutter at the helm. And really, it's his first normal season. They lost their captain, Mark Giordano, in the expansion draft, so it's really just a transition year for this team. And finally, the 3 remaining California teams in San Jose, LA, and Anaheim. The Sharks are really being overshadowed right now by the Evander Kane investigation. Now for the Kings, I'm really excited to see Quinton Byfield this year. He had 20 points in 32 games in the AHL last year, and we know that these veterans on the Kings want to win another cup. And the Ducks, I'm not expecting much from this season as they only won 17 games last year and they really have a lot of young guys. Those were my icebreakers. I'm Alexis Downie. Tune in next week for more on this new NHL season.